It's big news. Welcome back to the channel of Pro Enzo Vids, and yeah, tonight's video is my thoughts on the release of Clint Gutherson from the Eels, but it's going to be very official soon that he does join the Dragons from 2025 and onwards. I believe it's like a 3-year deal going forward, so yeah, obviously Dragons have invested long term into Gutherson, and yeah, it just got confirmed not too long ago that Parramatta have decided to cut ties with Gutherson after 9 years at the club. So, yeah, he's been a... Look, I'm not the biggest Gutherson fan, put it that way, but I guess when you've been at a club for 9 years, especially when Parramatta had that salary cap drama in 2016 and got a few wooden spoons and had some ups and downs in those 9 years, but Gutherson's been through it all, and he's been the captain too. So, look, I guess looking into it, it is a bit harsh, especially moving on a leader like him, but I guess Parramatta have other ideas going forward, so I think it works out well for both parties, if I'm being honest. But as always, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, look, obviously, again, getting very close to my goal of 5K, so yeah, look, since my last video on Monday, I think the viewers and subscribers are definitely improving. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy the video for tonight, and keep on enjoying what I do. But as always, without further ado, what this means for both the Dragons and for the Eels. So I'll start with Parramatta first, and how they sort of go about business now about Gutho. So by the sounds of it, it seems like Jason Rolls is leaning towards Mitchell Moses being the new captain, which I think is the right call, just because, yeah, he's another vocal voice. So yeah, I think he'll be most likely their captain going forward. But yeah, I think for Parramatta without Gutho, it'll be interesting because, you know, I think the leadership system will change there, especially without having Gutherson and how visible he is in his leadership for that club. But yeah, look, they've got some good replacements, but I guess it'll take time for these two youngsters to be, I guess, classed as what Gutho was at the Eels, because obviously he provides a lot. You know, obviously it's hard saying that sometimes because I'm not his biggest admirer, but look, just putting that all aside for a second, he does bring a lot of confidence and energy to individuals. And look, yeah, I mean, he's a leader. Like I said, he's a leader. He definitely is someone that leads by their actions, and players around him do replicate what he does do for that club. But since he won't be there anymore, it's going to be a bit different, like I said. But Isaiah Oyongi and Josh Papali'i, I think that's how you say their first name. I know it's spelled a bit different, but there, yeah, those two youngsters will be one of the fullback replacements for Gutho. I think it'll be Oyongi because he signed a longer-term deal, and I think this was one of Jason Rolls' first signings when he first arrived at the Eels, signing Oyongi on a long-term deal. So, yeah, look, I think Parramatta want to go in a new direction and try out speed and X factor and try for some youth in that backline, which is fair enough. I mean, look, I guess sometimes things don't last forever. So, like what Parramatta are doing right now, they're going to try something different, and especially with how young these two are, like, you know, only at the start of their 20s. You know, it's probably a good move, but we'll see if it does kick on, though, because obviously a lot can happen with especially players at that age. So, but yeah, I think it's a move, like I said before, it works for both parties. I think Gutho goes to the Dragons, which are a club that needs a bit more experience and needs a bit more leadership, especially with Ben Hunt leaving now. It really does leave a hole in that leadership space for the Dragons. So I think Gutherson goes there without any worries and goes there really has a dig and, you know, I guess tries to be that main character in that club, if that makes sense. I think, like, Dragons are building nicely, I reckon. I think at full strength, if you have a firing Gutho, Holmes, Sully, Cook back in form, you know, Tuipolotu, if Tyrell Sloan can pick up his confidence and whatever, Dragons are looking pretty good next year, I reckon, but it's their halves that don't do it for me. You know, one half's going to be Kyle Flanagan, but who's the other? They won't get Wishart, I don't think. I doubt it, but we'll see. But it's most likely they'll land Daniel Atkinson as their halfback, or they'll sign probably Lachlan Ilias or one of those sort of players. And if they do, I'm sorry, but that's not going to take you far, I don't reckon. I don't think Kyle Flanagan's going to ever be a successful... Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I don't see Kyle... Until he proves it, I don't think Kyle Flanagan's the real deal for that Dragons team, put it that way. I think Flano Senior is going to obviously try and, make it work with them too, but until Kyle proves a bit more to me, I can't really see it at the moment. So that's why I feel like I'm a bit doubtful about the Dragons heading into next year. I just can't see Flanagan being the main man. Like, he will be the main man because I don't think that short list of halves the Dragons are reportedly after, none of them are leaders or going to really turn the club around, I don't reckon. I mean, Brodie Croft turned them down. Wishart, no guarantee of going there. And even then, Wishart's not an organiser. I mean, he could be a good running halfback and whatever, but I don't know. I don't see the halves being that great for the Dragons next year, but they are building nicely in that back line. But I rate their back line, but their forward pack and spine... Oh, not the spine, the halves, I mean, sorry. But yeah, their spine will be interesting, especially with Gutherson at fullback, halves with 5'8" Flanagan, halfback, who knows. And then the hooker, probably Jacob Little starts, but maybe Cook starts in Little 14. But I saw the other day that Shane Flanagan's sort of thinking about making Cook more of a ball runner through the middle, or Little, like they sort of have that system where both hookers are on it at the same time, and one's like a roaming sort of player through the middle, and the other one's just doing the work at dummy half. So that could work. I don't mind that. That definitely could spark the attack a bit, but yeah, until Dragons find a really good halfback to replace Hunt, I just don't know. But I think Parramatta are building okay. I think they generally are. Their forward pack's obviously got a lot of experience and a lot of X factor too. Their back line's looking pretty strong. I think Iongi, Adokar, if they sign Adokar, then they're set, I reckon, that back line, because imagine this: Iongi, Adokar, Will Pinasini, Zach Lomax, Bailey Simonson, Dylan Brown, and Mitchell Moses. Like, that's a pretty quality backline. Even without Garfo, that's such a good backline. And I don't like Parramatta, but like, just being honest here, that's a really good backline. So yeah, if they can make that all work, that'd be great. But if they don't get Adokar, well, I think Sean Russell will be their other winger. Or maybe that Papali'i kid should just be the other winger too. Who knows? But yeah, as for Garfo, but it's a move that probably is hard for him to take, but I think he'll go to Dragons knowing he's got a good pay, because I think Dragons have paid like $850 for him, I think. So 150k. So yeah, it's big money for Gutho, but yeah, I'm sure he'll go to the Dragons. Looking forward to the challenge, while Eels go in their new direction, I guess. But yeah, it's a move that probably had to happen in the end, as hard as it may be for some of their fans and for Gutho. But yeah, there you go. I think things do work out well in the end. But what did you make of the Eels' decision to release Gutherson? Do you rate that call, or do you think they've done him dirty? Let me know in the comments down below. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe as always, and have a good night.